Free pass, exclusive access.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back again to your service of entertainment. And my name is Him Kim, the entertainment guru mastermind of fun, joy, and happiness. It's a lovely Saturday. As you can see, the vibe is way elevated. And all we do is come through and give you the exclusive access. Yena adiye yonga wekumide ku STV cha Kabinyo. Eranga yeno show. Buli saa mwenda oba okimanyi nti nno tuba tukuleetera ekintu ekipya ate nga twongera ku bintu by'omanyi, and we give you the best of what you expect. But anyway, for today's episode, I have a very wonderful, a very beautiful, a beauty queen. Actually, I started with the compliments because you are yet to see the efficiency of what I'm talking about. And she happens to be part of the tourism industry. She happens to be part of the modeling industry. And this is none other than Slivia Namutebi Wilson Ali Alibai. And she's going to be talking about many things that you are yet to hear from her, straight from the horse's mouth. But before, let me give you a small anecdote about her. For those of you who don't know, she took part into the Miss Uganda 2011 and happens to be the winner. And that didn't leave the news stopped, but she came back. Her comeback is really strong, and she is going to be representing for the Miss Uganda, Miss World, and she's going to be the representatives that are going to be representing Uganda. And this is going to be happening next month in Sri Lanka. Aren't you excited to speak to this lady? Anyway, let's get straight to our guest. So it's about the time for me to pay reception to the one and only Slivia Namutevi Ali Alibai. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm glad that you are excited
Yes.
to be part of the Free Pass.
I'm very excited to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in, and we are going to be talking about different things. But for starters, I want you to reintroduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sylvia Namtebe Alibai. I'm former Miss Uganda 2011, and I work with Talent Africa, and I'm also like marketing and business strategist by profession. I have my own consultancy firm. Aside from that, I involve myself in lots of charitable work. Of recent, I started Smile with Sly, aimed at helping single mothers and young people deal with the effects of coronavirus pandemic. But we'll also build a platform to highlight the challenges of safe motherhood in marginalized communities of Uganda under the Talent Africa Foundation, of which
Oh
I'm
my
a
God.
director.
Hey, there is a lot of brilliance into the activities that you're taking part in. Thank you very much for representing the ladies. Because abantu batera okumagamba mbuna abasajja be bakwasaganya emirimu egi. So thank you for representing for the female gender. But
Thank you.
anyway, let's start from the start of your life. So I want you to share with us your family background and early life as you grew up.
All right, so I'm a PK. If you know what that means, it's I'm a
Tell them.
total pastor's kid. I grew up from a very strong religious Christian background. Grew up in church, serving in church. Actually, that's where I got my charity activities from. Since we were kids, we used to go on these missions with missionaries that used to come to Uganda, and that really grew up with me. I took that trait through to my adulthood. I studied from here, and I graduated with a bachelor's in human resource management from Makerere University. But I've also done international business, and I'm now doing a course in psychology.
Okay, that is wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
I want you to add an addition to that and tell us about your family background, because if someone looks at you, they have to get the proof that you're Ugandan.
Oh, Ugandan at heart and in blood. Ndi mwana wa mamba, bampita Namutebi. Yeah, in fact, those are now my official names, Sylvia Namutebi Alibai. I dropped the Wilson name, when I took on my husband's name.
Disclaimer for everything you said before.
Yeah, So nenga ndi mwana wa mamba, ndi mwana Muganda, and very soon you'll see me working with a lot of Buganda Kingdom together with the Nabagereka. Very soon. I didn't want to actually bust that news.
But anyway, it's the free pass.
Yeah, naye ng'omwana wa muwala Omuganda nina eddobozi to inspire other young girls. So yeah, abatakikkiriza balina okikkiriza nti ndina Mutebi ate wendi ate sigenda.
So Namutebi,
Yeah.
I want you to share with us the first highlight you received with the things that you created a niche in. What was your first highlight in, let me say, the establishment of modeling?
Okay, so my very first highlight was at campus. When I was at MOOBS, I used to get calls to be like a model, an usher. Actually, throughout university, I worked as an usher. It's where I supplemented to buy extra things at university, like coursework, so food or transport. I used to usher a lot, be an usher. They used to pay us like 50K a gig. That's where I started from. I was
50K those days, eh? No, you are paid.
Really? Are you serious?
Those days, 50K was...
Nemi mutejali wonga wabelawo like 1 gig like a week. You not like today where there's so many events all over the place. By then it used to be 1 gig a week, like weba event ebelemu. Actually, if another artist or another person puts the same event on the same weekend, ojukira luba lutalo. Like one has to cancel. But these days, who cares? They can be like 10 gigs at the same weekend. So I used to work as an usher. That's why I got my introduction to modeling. There was this campaign called Top Model Trend from France. They came to Uganda, and the initiator of that project really took a liking to me. Nali simanyi kutambula nga sina chemanyi to do with modeling at all, but as a nice person. Omanyi nga osanga a good person, tebalina kye bamanyi naye n'olaba potential. No gamba, I'll tap into that potential. So TMT was able to train me and made my introduction into the industry.
Okay. So having gotten a chance to work with TMT, which wasn't something that is easy during that time, thank God for the, I won't call it luck, but for the good omen that came around. So I want you to share with me one of your strengths as you realized you can do this thing. What was the strength in your abilities concerning modeling?
My strength was the willingness to learn. I was a very, very willing person. I was very humble. I knew that I didn't know. You know, I may have had the looks and all that, but that didn't make me like, oh, I've arrived. I was very humble, and I knew I needed to learn so much. And then the other element was hardworking. I used to be the first girl on set. All the time, you know, when they tell us today's a training day, I would be the first to arrive, like, and wait for other people. So it was that desire, that hard work, and the willingness to learn, and you know, that element, I think, is what made me like be who I am.
Okay. So what was the next establishment that you took part in, having gotten ethical and professional, and you have all it takes to really compete? What was the next step you took?
So the next step was I became an official model, runway model. I did a lot of runway shows. I used to be represented by Diva Models. Actually, I'll not forget the CEO of that agency. She was called Cindy. She really helped me a lot into this journey that I have now. She signed me up, and she's one person that saw the potential in me. So I used to do runway shows, a lot of runway shows. Every runway show that happened back in 2011, I was on it. I used to be booked for all those shows until she told me, like, you know, Sil, you're more than a model. Your personality is more of a queen than a model. You need to explore that side. You have that queen behavior to you rather than a runway model. And she's the one that actually picked up the application forms for me for Miss Uganda. Yeah, because I'd refused. I said I didn't want the pressure. I didn't want the pressure. I didn't want the competition. I didn't think I would win, to be honest with you. And I felt like I don't want to go into something I'm not sure I'm going to win it. You know, I'm not that kind of person. So I didn't have that much of belief that I'll be able to win. She insisted and actually went, picked up the application forms on my
So,
behalf.
so she put you closer to the acceptance.
Yes, and she literally, I said, okay, thank you, Cindy. I'll see if I'll go. On the day of the auditions, I was planning not to show up. And she literally picked me up and dropped me off
Oh my
to
God.
the auditions and said, go audition. I
Okay.
think you have what it takes, and the judges will be able to see what I see.
Kati njagala tugambe, how did you manage to perform with all the anxiousness, the anxiety that you had, the pressure, since it was the first big gig that you're going to be serving? So how did you deal with that situation?
So it's always to be able to adapt in new situations and also learn. You don't think that you've arrived. You know, I had worked runway shows more than most of the contestants that came.
Yeah.
Actually, some had worked also been video vixens. You know, the girls that come for Miss Uganda. Some of them are really experienced, but I was also among the experienced people.
Okay.
But that didn't stop me from learning more from the organizers, taking on this journey, bringing my eagerness and my willingness to learn and my hard work. You know, I put everything I knew in the industry aside, and I was willing to absorb this new knowledge. So I think they also noticed that, and I was really hardworking, gave it my all. When it came to challenges, I was doing them, running, working out in the morning, helping other girls, creating all these challenges they give you during the competition. I was really on top of them. And I was showing that I want this and I'm determined to have it. I think that's what really helped me out. That's very true. That's very true.
So, Miss Uganda. Let me call you Miss Uganda for that. Miss Uganda is also to know that I can come back and seek one.
What?
So, Miss Uganda, so it happens to be a moment whereby they've announced you as the winner for Miss Uganda 2011. I want you to share with me the experience of other contestants and lastly yourself.
Okay, so you know, the experience of other contestants, actually, I know what it is to lose. It's not a good feeling. Actually, that's the fear that most of us have, and what limits us from going after what we really want is the fear of losing. Yeah, so I knew they had to feel disappointed, they had to feel let down. But I mean, once you join Miss Uganda, we are a family. You become a sisterhood of a kind.
Okay.
So you help your other sisters deal with it and share the journey of your title and the crown with them. So personally, I didn't leave it that, oh, I'm better than all of you. Look at me, I'm Miss Uganda. It became a family with the organization and with the contestants, some of whom are actually all my runners-up friends, and we are still in touch up to now. It becomes a family, and I think that helps with the girls to deal with the loss, and it makes them able to venture out to other things.
Okay. According to the research that the Free Pass did, we went back and got a view from other people that might have been around. They told us ekyakusobozesa okubanga owangula eyo competition ebibuuzo amagezi ge gasinga okweyimirira. So I want you to raise a voice to all other people that are doing the same thing, reflecting on that it's not about the beauty but also the knowledge. Yeah, so I want you to share with me the gist of your knowledge and intelligence as a model.
So as a model and as a girl, it's very important in today's society not to only be seen, but to be heard. Your beauty gets you to be seen. So I would say that's something with me. I come and you see me and okay, she's all right. She's arrived. But what I have to say, the content of my speech is what makes people hear me out and actually acknowledge my presence. So for any girl that is looking to make an impact, you have to make sure that you're not only seen, but you're also heard. So your intelligence, your knowledge is very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very nice. You heard it straight from the queen herself. Anyway, so moving on, I want you to share with me one of the gates that got open, Makubo Cha Gebgula, having won this competition. What are one of the things that really helped you extend your horizons?
So one of the things is it's also a principle in life how you decide to do with what you've been given. Uh, what you decide to make of it, what you decide to build out of it as a person is what will determine how much and how far you go. So that's the attitude I had. I said, okay, here's the organization. They've crowned me, they've given me a title. Now what am I going to do with it? That was the biggest opportunity.
Okay.
I started to look for opportunities and ventures that would impact me and the society in a positive way. And one of the things was to go represent Uganda Miss World back in the day. By the time I got crowned, Miss Uganda had died. Like in 2011, it had not occurred, I think, for 4 or 5 years. I
Okay.
resurrected the
Thank you
crown of
very
Miss
much.
Uganda.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. In 2011, it's so weird how these things work. So with the franchise of Kezi Entertainment, obviously, so when they came on, I was their very first queen, and the Miss Uganda brand was rebirthed under Kezi Entertainment, and with me as their queen. So I consider that as a major win
Okay.
for my years Miss Uganda. And then even down the road, Miss Uganda had some challenges and all that, and then we reconnected with Kezi Miss Uganda.
Okay.
We started working together, and the results were amazing in
Okay.
2018.
Yeah, so having taken part in Miss Uganda as a contestant, as time went on, it's known that you became part of Miss Uganda, and you are one of the people that are creating wonderful ideas, concepts, and establishments. So I want you to share with me the reason as to why Miss Uganda was about to capsize and cease to existence. And I want you to share with the people one of the prospects that you worked with and achievements having taken part into the board of Miss Uganda.
So the first question of why, I don't know, because I wasn't working with the organization in the
Okay.
years that the public perceives.
According
It
to
was
your assessment, with the experience of you working with Miss Uganda.
my assessment.
Yeah, because I believe you have that knowledge. Eh?
No, I did not make any assessments.
Okay,
I
let's
was
move on.
minding my business.
Okay, let's continue.
So what I know is what I was involved with.
Okay.
What I wasn't involved in the years, I don't know. So I would
Okay.
not talk on those years because I don't know what was happening with
Okay, we'll find out.
Miss Uganda. Please do. So I'll talk about the year we came on board, which was 2018, when Kezi proposed that we make a partnership with Talent Africa. I work with Talent Africa, that is owned by my husband, obviously, and I'm a director for special events in
Okay.
Talent Africa. So traditionally, the role of coordinating the Miss Uganda project fell under my department.
Okay.
And that's when we began to strategize of new ways to take it to the next level and leave my 2011 mediocre kind of thing. You know, it had gone on, dragged on for so long. It was time, I think the organizers knew that it was time now to reinvent the wheel and take the pageant to the next level. And they chose the right company, Talent Africa. And I think we delivered. We sat down and we talked together as a team, the Kezi team, the Talent Africa team, on how best we can revamp this brand and, you know, take it to the next level that no one has ever achieved before.
Okay. Was the re-establishment, there's something that I saw that came which was new, which was Miss Uganda, but the little ones. Were you the people who came up with that idea? Did it come in your reign?
No. That's totally someone else's concept.
Okay, I just wanted them not to get them confused.
Okay, no.
So moving on, you working with Miss Uganda left us news of you being the representative in the forthcoming event in Sri Lanka, which is next month. So I want us to talk about that whole experience because it's a heavy hitter. So how did you feel? Did you expect the news that you're going to represent Uganda again?
No, not at all. It came to me as a surprise, to be honest. And I think if there was no lockdown, I would never have gotten this opportunity. Because what happened was I was contacted via Instagram by a pageant scout. And he happened to have landed on my page and researched about me. And then he wrote to me, and he was asking if I would be interested in another pageant.
Okay.
So I responded and said, "Tell me more." And then that's when he introduced himself. He's a international pageant scout. Given the lockdown, they can't have physical events, so what they are doing is try to virtually scout for representatives to join the Mrs. World pageant. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh, this guy may be Mufele, He's trying to hustle me.
Yeah,
Those
I get
things. You
it,
can't
yeah.
just trust someone.
Hoax.
Yes, on the internet. So he's like, is it okay for me to send you more details about me and about the pageant via email? I said, sure, go ahead. He sent it to me. I did a background check, so it was legit. He sent me forms to fill in. I filled them in. He got back to me and said, okay, I'm going to introduce you to the Mrs. World people, and they will vet and see if you can represent Uganda in the upcoming pageant. I said, okay, do your thing. So it took really a while, like a month, to hear back anything. Actually, I thought, this was a joke.
You know what? You're so different. For you achieve while not believing.
Life, you have to be a bit skeptical,
Yeah.
You can't just go with your excitement everywhere.
Okay. There's always a step back. Eh?
Yes, you have to go, especially these
Okay.
virtual things. You just
Okay.
never know who you're talking to,
sure,
And
for
for
sure.
this big opportunity, I'm like, I'll take this slowly. And when it took a month, I'd actually given up. Say, maybe it's not happening,
You see your things. When you're about to give up, you achieve.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's very true.
what comes up to my mind is for a country like Uganda, virtual events, we haven't yet reached the full functionality of virtual events. We are still trying out on that market. But do you think the establishment of the pageant in a virtual way is going to change the whole workflow of things? Or you think it's going to be better for us, the citizens?
Okay, so I think it was what we'll do, like the audition phase of the pageant that was virtual, but they're actually going to
okay.
have a physical event in Sri Lanka. That's in August, September, late August, early September. So it was just the initial audition and selecting of the representatives from around the world that was made virtual, and I think they employed scouts for different representatives.
Okay.
That because it had to be done that way, but the pageant will be physical.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the love of my country as a patriot, let me hope the crown goes to you. But anyway, so we have moved on to the level of you as a beauty queen. So I want us to look at different abilities. So you spoke about working with Talent Africa. So I want you to first talk about Ali Alibai, someone that we can't leave. So I want people to hear a view from you about Ali Alibai.
Okay, so
Is it hard?
No.
Okay, let's get it.
No, I just smile when I hear his name.
Whenever you said, I'll keep saying it.
Yeah. Okay, Alibi is my husband. This year we make 5 years in marriage. We have one child, son, together. He's called Aries Alibi.
Okay.
And I think working with him is a true blessing. He's one of the people that really inspire me a lot. Anyone knows that Ali is a very hard worker and he's a very straight up guy. And you know the way he does his things, super organized and all, strategic, organized. Temubamu kavuyo, what they, his work ethics, his personality, everything about him like really inspires me. Besides him being my husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we get to the wedding that left everybody saying, what? Let's talk about the time that you met Ali Alibi and the condition that put you together.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I knew Ali in 2011 before I was Miss Uganda. We met at a party, a model. I was modeling at a party at Cayenne.
Okay.
By then they were launching a new modeling agency, and I was there as a model, and he happened to be a guest invited. That's the first time we ever met. And after the event, after the show got done, he wanted, with people interacting and talking, and so he approached me and he said hi, you know. He liked me. He doesn't want to admit, but maybe
He doesn't want to admit. Did you just say that?
yeah. But I was minding my business, and he shows up from nowhere to say hi and to talk to me. So obviously he liked me. Anyway, so we exchanged numbers during the party, but none of us take it serious and all. But as fate would have it, 2 weeks later, we met at the same birthday party of a mutual friend we didn't know that we had in common.
Oh, that
Yeah.
guy brought everything together.
That's what brought everything together for us to be actually friends. Because after that party, no one contacted the other. So I guess we are both proud people. But then this one weekend, we meet each other at the same birthday party. And we're like, wow, let's hang, let's chill, let's
The
be
pride
friends.
had to go away.
Yeah, exactly. But we were just friends. And he's one of the people that actually encouraged me when I said I'm going for Miss Uganda. He said, I think you will win. He actually attended the finale for that Miss Uganda. And we were just friends. After serving my term as Miss Uganda, I moved to the US briefly. And I came back in 2013, end of 2013. And when I came by, he's like, oh, Sil, are you in town? I'm like, I'm in town. Are you in town? He says, yeah. He said, do you want to go out? I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm free. So we went out, not on a date, but just to hang.
How are you defensive?
No, it's true. That's what it was.
So how did it turn from an acquaintance to someone close? That's what I want to know.
So was it, beginning of 2014 is when we went to on an official date. That's when he asked me to go on an official date with him, because I was free, not dating anyone. He was free, not dating anyone. Through the years, we were both seeing different people. So there was no chance for us to actually date. But then it so happened in 2014, we were both free and no one was in a relationship. So then he asks me out on a date, and I said, hell yes, I'll go on a date with you.
Which means you're also waiting for that.
Yeah, I liked him. I'll not lie. I liked Ali, his personality, his vibe. Whenever we used to hang out as friends, we used to have a really good time. Even if we were dating other people, we used to have a really good time, like friends, you know. And then when I was free, I'm like, why not? He's a good guy. I like his vibes. He likes my vibe. Why not? Let's do this. Let's
I have two last questions for you.
Yeah.
Because you are going in a meeting in a bit. But anyway, I want you to share with me how you separate business with marriage and working with someone who is maybe close to you and you have other issues involved.
Other issues like what?
Do you really want me to say?
Yes.
That is the next question.
Working together, I mean, we found our balance, we found our rhythm, you
Takes
know.
time, eh?
Yeah, you know, as you grow and your family grows, things change, and you need to learn to adopt to the new situations. And me and Ali, we're both cool people, level-headed people, you know, we really work together really well. And me as a person, as a woman, I take on so much of the home responsibilities. I don't forget my home responsibilities in raising our son, in making sure the house is functioning, the house is running well. I take on those responsibilities. And him as a hardworking CEO, he takes his responsibilities of providing for us really seriously.
Large up on yourself. That is
So
paramount.
that's how we come together and we're able to really work together. And when I have a project, he really supports me. He gives me his 100% support.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, in a nutshell, so this question is not from me.
Okay.
Yeah. Before it comes, I want to make it specific. This question is for the people that are watching and they have certain insights coming into their heads. So I want to clear the air for them. So how do you happen? I want you to tell me the experience of, because everyone who knows Ali Bai, he's like that hot guy from 2000, 2001 up to 2001. You understand? So he's usually a person who has the attention of the ladies. Let me hope you also know that. So I want you to tell me how you manage to keep up with your husband with all those distractions of different girls crushing on him daily. You understand? And every girl wanting to be with him.
Okay. Okay. Well, he also has to keep up with me. Anyway, jokes aside. Jokes aside.
Okay.
Actually, weird as it may sound, I don't mind people like taking a liking to him. Who wouldn't like to be with a person that's loved and crushed on? That means you're with really a nice person. I don't think people, at least not me, I wouldn't like a guy tewali amugamba nako, like no one hey, you're looking good, you're smelling good. I mean, this is life. Life should be enjoyed. I mean, if you're in a relationship, you still need other relationships aside from your main relationship. You need other human connections and being able to talk and enjoy other people's company, you know, aside from like creating a wall around yourself because you're so. For me, weird as it sounds, it doesn't bother me. I actually like it. He's a lively guy. He talks to many people admire him. It's a huge win for me.
I
Like,
think you're an alpha female gender.
why?
Anyway, because you're not insecure anyway. So thank you very much for your great experience and your presence here. The people who are watching might have interest in voting for you so that Uganda takes it, and I give you the opportunity to speak on how they vote for you.
Okay, so my profile is already posted on the Mrs. World Instagram and Facebook page. So in my bio on my Instagram or on my Facebook, you can easily go tap on the link and it will take you to my profile. So like, comment, show some support on my profile on either Instagram or Facebook of Mrs. World Pageant. So that way you're able to show your support, and also like the more likes I have on my profile, the better my chances. So the voting is open. My profile is already there. Find it in my link. It will take you direct to my profile in the competition.
Good luck. So, as you give us your last words, I want you to live in a different way and give motivation and inspirations to the people that want to be like you or better than you or something relatable.
Right, I like the word better than me, because if you live a generation that's better than you, you've actually achieved your goal. So if you've been listening to my discussion with you on Free Pass, you should have picked up one thing. Don't ever let fear get in the way of going after what you really want, because fear can limit you and cause you to stay in the same situation. Be brave, be a go-getter, and when you want something, go for it, because at the end of the day, you come out a winner, just like me.
Nice. Lovely viewers, it was a very great experience over here at Talent Africa. Much treatment that is very wonderful. But anyway, my name has been Him Kim, the entertainment guru, mastermind of fun, joy, and happiness. It doesn't get any better unless you get to see me in the frame of your TV. Thank you very much for being wonderful viewers. In case you want to engage more on the Free Pass, go to our social media platforms, Free Pass, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and you'll be getting much detail. But for now, allow me to sign out. But before I go further, I was dressed and styled by Him Kim, the entertainment guru. Bless.
Free Pass. Exclusive access.